Hello everybody, this is David. Welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm making this video just after watching the coronation of King Charles III, and as you can probably hear in the background, it's still pouring with rain. Good old British weather. What would we do without it? Well, what a glorious service it was. What a magnificent day it's been. I'm very happy that the king quoted or recited or agreed to carry out the Coronation Oath Act, which requires him to be defender of the Protestant Christian faith and to keep the Church of England as the established church in the UK. Okay, he did have some greetings from other faith leaders, and that's perfectly all right, but the service was gloriously Christian, and the Lord Jesus Christ was magnified and lifted up, and that's actually a very good thing for our country. It is a little bit concerning. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? King Charles himself has made friends with the World Economic Forum and all of that, but what I did notice as he was making the oaths, he looked very emotional. He didn't look as if he was conflicted, like he didn't want to recite them. You know, there's been a lot in the press recently about the fact that he didn't want it to be an overtly Christian service, that he wanted this religious leader here, this religious leader there to take part in the service. But he wasn't allowed to because it's an overtly Christian service. So it was very emotional for him, I believe. And I do think that as he recited the Coronation Oath Act, as he actually said those words and then signed his name, I believe God will honour that. We definitely need the blessing of God in our country today. We have fallen so far from him in our national life. We need strong Christian leadership. And let's talk about another elephant in the room. Some of the bishops who are in that service today are so openly apostate that you do wonder, actually, how could God bless our country? But when you look at, for example, in the New Testament, when the Apostle Paul is declaring, some follow Apollos, some follow this, all he's worried about is that the Lord Jesus Christ is lifted up, that he's magnified and glorified. And he will bless our nation because of that, because he was lifted up and glorified. He promises he'll draw all men unto him. And God will have mercy upon our nation. I know he will, I'm sure of it actually, because we have a Christian heritage. When you look upon the history of our nation and how overtly Christian this country has been, we've been under the influence of the Christian gospel for many centuries, over 1,000 years, and we as a nation sent out missionaries all over the world, to India, to Africa, South America, all over the world. So there is that Christian heritage, and then there's the idea, you know, when Abraham was pleading with God about Sodom and Gomorrah, will you destroy a nation if there's 10 righteous people in it? Well, there's lots of righteous people still in the United Kingdom. People that are interceding and pleading with God to have mercy upon our nation. And God has honoured their prayer. So let's continue to pray for King Charles III and his family. We do wish him to be saved. You know, God save the King, but there's more to it than that, than his life. Let's hope that God will save the King and he'll become born again, that he'll follow Christ personally, that he will be a figurehead for righteousness once more in this nation of ours, because we so badly and desperately need the righteousness of Christ here in our country. So yes, it's been a glorious day, wonderful pageantry, amazing symbolism, particularly the orb that was handed to him, which is the symbol of the world, and of course with the cross on the top of the orb, signifying that Christ is the King of the whole world. And everything else that went on, the prayers, the beautiful music, the wonderful hymns, and the lovely choral singing. It's been an absolutely majestic occasion. Of course, the coronation parade afterwards, how majestic was that? 4,000 service personnel marching in tune all together. It's never been done before. That was just so wonderful to see. So yes, God save the King, and may the Lord Jesus Christ be uplifted, not only in his life, but in your life, in my life, in the life of our nation, because he is the only hope for our country. So God bless you. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Bye bye.